think over the period when we did have such low rate, I think that was true in the 80s when we had periods of really quite exceptionally high rates. And in the early 80s, the very tight monetary policies at that time caused, the pound to be very strong, caused quite a lot of distress for traditional manufacturing companies. And we had a very big shakeout in manufacturing where we lost about 2 to 3 million jobs over a period of, 5 to 10 years in British manufacturing. And Terry Beckett, who was the Director General in the early 80s, at one conference, CBI conference, appeared to be criticising the government and saying that he was prepared to have a bare-knuckled fight to stand up for business. And it caused quite a rumpus with the then Thatcher government, and caused the CBI to be quite out of favour for a while. But through the 80s and at the beginning of the 90s, there were a lot of periods when interest rates were very high and did cause some difficulties for business. But I detected by the time I got onto the MPC that things had settled down, and when interest rates went up, they were, going up from, say, 4.5% to 5.75%, to give an example of something that happened when I was on committee. And then when they were brought down, they were brought down to, 3 or 4%. It was only in the period after the financial crisis we had these super low interest rates. I'm not sure businesses were that really taken with these super low interest rates, because I think they could see some of the problems building up in the economy with house prices, with other imbalances that were emerging, and they could see that if interest rates did go back to some high level, there's going to be potentially a shock for the public and for many businesses. So I think that the views in the business community, I found, have matured on interest rates. They don't want always the lowest possible interest rates. What they want is, what the current government is promising but not necessarily delivering, which is stability. And that broader stability that business is looking for.